Hi YouTube, my name is Feza and I'm not qualified to be making this speed build video right now, but I showed up anyway. So this is my first Sims 4 cats and dogs video, which is kind of exciting, except it's also like very short. When I first started playing Sims 4 cats and dogs, I keep trying to call it pets, but it's not called pets, it's cats and dogs. I made a bunch of puppies and one kitten because, important things to do. And I did not realize after moving them in that puppies cannot go upstairs. And so it took like 4 sim hours for all of them to get inside. And once they were all inside, they all had to pee. So then I had to bring them all outside. And it was a whole big process. So I figured, why not make a house that is not just like livable, but playable for someone that has a pet. And so this is like a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom little beach house that is mostly made in case you have a puppy or kitten who needs to be able to get around indoors without you carrying them in. So it's really short, but it's cute, and I got to kind of play around and use all the pieces that came with, not all because I didn't make the vet, but I got to use more of the pieces that I have not started using yet because I literally just made a bunch of cats and dogs and then kind of cried a little bit. But as you can tell, I'm still sick. I'm gonna be sick forever, apparently. That's just how I'm stuck. And it was a little bit unfortunate this week because so every time I post a video, I kind of put a link down below for the music, which is played at the end, which is made by my friend Christian. And Christian and I are in a band together called Orson the Rosebuds, which you should look up, which I also think I linked. I think that's the link that I have below. Anyway, we had a show last night, and which is not last night for you listening to this, but the night before last night. In other words, I had a show on a weeknight, and we didn't play till 10:30, and it was in this bar, which was fine. I'd never been there before, but it was kind of out of the way. And since it was out of the way for me, there was no way a lot of my friends were gonna go because they had things to do. Because it's also tech week for my friend's show, so that's just a lot of stuff on people's plate. But anyway, we had a show the other night, and I was prepared. I think I was prepared, but I was also super nervous. So normally when we play as a band, I don't play guitar. I mostly sing. But for the show that we were playing, I had to play guitar for 2 songs. And I was well versed in them. I was fine because they were pretty simple songs to learn. And literally the last rehearsal we played, sorry Christian, I'm gonna bash you for this right now. We had a couple of chords switched up, and I'm really bad at remembering that kind of stuff, so I kept messing up in the actual show. So less bash of my friend because it made it sound, the music was really cool, the change that we made. I was just really bad at remembering it, and so it definitely sounded worse with me on guitar. So maybe this is a lesson that we never put me on guitar ever again. It's kind of funny because I've actually been playing guitar for a while. I'm just not very confident with it. So anytime someone puts me in a place, I can play guitar in my room, fine, because no one's paying attention to me. But once you put me in a place where people are going to watch me play guitar or listen to me play guitar, really, anytime I'm plugged into an amp, that's when I get self-conscious and I just kind of give up. Which is something you should not do, especially if you're pursuing music. Do not give up on what you're doing. Maybe practice a little more. I didn't have time to practice because I work every day, and then my natural instinct is to come home and play The Sims, but also, I don't know, working all the time, it's very exhausting, so it's nice to have kind of a break period. So, which is why I'm going to Aruba, which is what I said last time. But music things. Our band, I should not be plugging a billion things right now, especially in this super short video, but if you are interested in our music, we are releasing an album on November 24th called Friends of Friends. So I guess comment if you're interested in that, or comment if you're hey, stop talking about the music. I guess, I don't know. I like my music. I'm gonna talk about all I want. This is my channel, it's fine. You came here to probably just watch the build and not listen to this anyway. So if you are listening to this, cool. Thanks, friends who've told me in advance that they're gonna watch my videos just to listen. You're super rad. So as I said, when I first started playing Sims 4 Cats and Dogs, my immediate instinct was to make a household with 4 baby animals. And so we made we made 3 dogs that were, I mean me and my boyfriend. We made a Bernese Mountain Dog Corgi mix, which just kind of looked like a little chunky potato. Made a Australian Shepherd Yorkie mix, which when it aged up looked kind of weird. Also, age things. I don't know how long puppies you make in Create a Pet are in the puppy stage. I should probably look all this up. But with my my regular legacy that I'm not playing on camera, I guess I could like at one point put her on there. It's the story legacy with Garrett, which is a running joke with my boyfriend and I. But I had them adopt a puppy, and that puppy it's a Pomeranian named Kona. It's great, like sim pet that was made by EA. Thank you for making Kona. Kona's wonderful. The puppy aged up super fast. I think Kona was puppy for literally a day, and then suddenly it was like Kona's aging up, and then became a regular dog, which is fine because all dogs are great. But also, I was just not expecting that. I thought she'd be in her puppy stage for a little longer, and I was a little bit sad about that. But it's okay because she's still a really great dog, and now I can take her on walks, which I wasn't aware that you couldn't take puppies on walks because you can take real puppies on walks. Like, that's fine. There's definitely like a period of time where you can't take a puppy on a walk if they're too young, but like you can take puppies on walks. It's not gonna hurt the dog. Everything's fine. But I don't know, maybe that's just like it might be something to fix later. Also, like, I don't mean to complain about cats and dogs because it's so wonderful and like all the items are super cool and just like having pets in general is making me super happy. Like, it's like a whole brand new thing to like play around with, and they're so cute because I really want a dog, as I've said multiple times. But also, I just like wish there was more to do with the puppies because like they're kind of like more fun babies, I guess, because babies are the worst, which is obviously why I'm doing the 100 baby challenge because I super love to play with babies. Yeah, no, I hate playing with babies, but puppies are just kind of like little roly creatures that are like, oh my god, they're so small. Yeah, that's the thing. They're super tiny. If you haven't played cats and dogs, I guess I did include a picture of a beagle puppy at the end of this. Sims puppy, not a real puppy. Oh, I wish I had a real puppy. But they're so small. That was like one of the big issues. I mean, as I said, like it took like 4 sim hours for them all to come inside. But when I went into like live mode, what is it? I think I had this discussion with myself before. I think I set it on live mode. Live mode, live mode? Oh, now it sounds weird. Either way, the puppy was like, not the puppy, there were 3 puppies and 1 kitten. They were the size of my Sim's feet. And I was like, puppies are usually a little bigger than this. Like, they grow over time, but like, they're kind of bigger. But also, I kind of played around with like making a dog and then aging it down kind of thing, you know, to a puppy in Create a Pet. And like, a lot of puppies look very similar at EA. Like, they all look very cute, but like I kind of wanted my pug puppy to look like a little roly pug puppy, you know. Also, I really wish, oh god, I need to stop just complaining about cats and dogs because I really love it, but I also do wish you could dress up the puppies because I want a puppy in a sweater. I feel like there's no one who has this game that is gonna complain about being able to put a sweater on a puppy because I feel like chances are, if you were playing cats and dogs, you are the kind of person who is not opposed to putting sweaters on puppies. Also, like, I feel like that used to be a thing that people would be like, oh my god, she puts sweaters on her dogs. But now, like, our kind of generation group, and this is like generalizing by an extreme, but like, we're a little more like okay with putting sweaters on our animals because we're like, but it's cute, and why would we be complaining about this? The one complaining in this situation is, of course, the pets because pets hate wearing these sweaters. But like, I feel like a sim puppy is not gonna complain about wearing a sweater because they won't have a reaction built in where they want to like chew off the sweater or something like that. One thing I definitely want to work on for the next build is landscaping because I'm still really new at that. Like, this was definitely like a fast build, so like it wasn't. I'm really sorry. There's not a lot of like detail in this one, but I am also kind of finishing this one like last minute. A little bit my own fault, but also like I do like to have other time to just like play around on The Sims. And okay, to be fair, I came home at like 9:30-ish, and I was like, I'm gonna do this build. And then I was like, you know what would be better than doing the build right now? or like, okay, in theory, I was just like, hey, you know, a good idea, self. Instead of going straight into making the build, why don't you make a sim and a dog so that you can just go straight into like playable like camera mode, like because you can only use like the tab function on like live mode. And I was like, wow, that's a great idea. And then I got caught up making like a bunch of different puppies because I didn't know what breed to make. Like I went through so many different breeds, and then I finally settled on Lucy the Beagle, which you'll see soon, and she's wonderful. She's the cutest little thing, and now I really want a puppy again. But with all of that, I'm going to sign off here. If you enjoy my speed builds, I try to post them once a week, usually on Thursdays, and I will get back into the habit of making 100 baby videos. I just have not had like a great weekend to do that, but hopefully my friend Corey will be joining me for the next one. But if you like all those videos, then please, please, please like, comment, and subscribe. Oh my god, I almost forgot what the 3 of those were. And I will see you next time. I just really want a puppy. It's so sad.